I think that this is crazy how AI can be integrated in these scenarios. And now that we mention AI, I would love to understand. There is one use case that you mentioned sometimes that is whenever you are more expert here in enterprise deals, when you go to events or venues or these type of events, how do you usually and what do you think could be done in order to implement AI that it's not going to disrupt your daily operations, but can help you book demos during the event or before the event?
So there's actually a really interesting framework I actually learned as well from a podcast of one of our sponsors, Alta. It's like a 3-step framework. So it's
3-step framework.
Yeah, if you go to events, there's always about preparation, then during the event, and then after the event.
Okay.
So what I do, for example, with my SDR before the event is finding people, of course, who go to the event, looking through the event list, contacting them before to have a meeting scheduled. Because if you're in an event and you have nothing scheduled there,
you're done.
It's a waste of time.
You're done,
right? You have the meeting, should have the meeting scheduled, and then really jump from one meeting to another and exchange. That is extremely helpful, extremely powerful as well. At the event, when you are at the event, look for companies, for example, who are around this area. Let's say I have an event happening in Zurich, right? When I have an event happening in Zurich, I look which companies in Zurich which match our ICP, and can I meet them, for example, for a visit? Can I go to their office? A little bit old-fashioned, but knocking on their office and say, "Hey, can I?"
Let's grab a coffee and let's
look,
meet.
I'm in Zurich. Could we talk about like the old-fashioned way, maybe during a face-to-face conversation?
That's awesome.
Because people appreciate that. Right? And then after the event as well, of course, it's super important where you then have all the data available and follow it up accordingly on time. It's pretty important as well, right? Having that in place and having even during the event. Let's say I have a roundtable in Zurich, and one amazing feature I love from Alta is I just put the Alex, which is the AI agent, and say, "Can you please confirm with each individual if they are coming to the event?"
That's awesome.
He calls, the AI agent calls and said, "Hey, we just wanted to confirm if you are coming to the event, yes and no." Another touch point, which increases the likelihood that they are actually joining the event instead of like falling through the raster.
So basically, the use case you're using Alta to name one of the use cases that we're talking here in how AI can help you. It's instead of you calling every single potential client that is going to attend the event, you give that list to Alex. Alex will confirm that directly, and that will increase the likelihood of having the meeting directly before the event, in a coffee shop, during the event, or even after the event if you align with them.
Definitely.
And that's the AI doing the whole job.
Everything.
So that's crazy. So how is that impacting your daily operations? You're saving X amount of time, I understand.
So it's
how you measure.
Just imagine you have like 50 people coming to an event and you want to reconfirm with them. You, of course, can write an email, you have to call, but if you call them, the chances are much higher. So imagine you need to do this manually by yourself. It's like a half of the day is done.
At a 2.5 minutes per call, if all of them pick up, we're talking about more than 3 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Half of the day is done just following up, which can easily be outsourced with an agent, with a high quality agent, right?
Correct.
Because a lot of people maybe think, but I don't feel comfortable that an AI agent calls and confirms.
That's great.
I said, man, but if
the result is there.
If you have listened to Alex, he's already one of my best friends. But the quality is pretty insane.
The result is there. So basically, to put it in as a takeaway, what we're seeing within AI here, and also with our partner Alta here, is that they develop this AI agent called Alex.
Yeah.
And the strategy is for one use case that could be in your case as an enterprise seller. Every time that I go to an event, it's a P in the A, calling everyone, meeting, scheduling the meetings and so on. The AI agent calls and do the job for me. I get back plus 10, 15, 20 hours that I use in another, whatever the task it is.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Just one use case. There are many more use cases
Makes sense.
he can solve. But I think it's really helping me reducing the workload and focusing more on the important parts of following up and of course closing.
That's crazy. I see a couple of more use cases within
Tell
that.
me.
For sure, we always talk about inbound, outbound. How can
Yeah.
we shorten sales cycles and make deals bigger and retain them for
Yeah.
more time? The thing is that there is a reality, and this is connected to social context as
Yeah.
well. When we are trying to do outbound or inbound, but with intent because someone downloaded a PDF,
Yeah.
as you were saying, or some other stuff that could happen within LinkedIn, talking to a competitor or commenting into a competitor. Sometimes when we are talking about super SMBs, that this happened to me, I was selling 29, 79, and 129 average deals.
Yeah.
Is that as a seller, I don't want to jump into those small inbound deals. Right?
Sounds tough, but it's the truth, you know.
It's our job, but we hate it, man. We are measured by a quota, maybe 3K per month, and we are closing 29 deals.
Yeah.
We are never getting there.
Yeah.
Right? We need to close 100 deals to get there.
Yeah.
Or even more. So what Alta is doing and what the use case, the powerful use case that they are seeing is like, hey, and in this case, the AI is not replacing the seller. It's like USDR, UBDR, UAE, a full sales cycle. Keep yourself doing what you're doing, that it's focusing on high intent, high leverage, high deal priority. While Alex, for example, is reaching out to all those inbound leads, super small, that no one wants to pick up, but still will be qualifying them within a shorter period of time with the right intent at the right timing.
24/7.
24/7.
All languages which is required.
That's important because that's key. So you want to say that? How is that works? Like the language thing and whatever the region, because that's another blocker that we have.
Yeah, how many of us had an issue that you pick up the phone and say, perdona, ¿hablas español también? And he says, sí, claro. And then,
exactly.
You know,
there's a barrier there with language.
It's important that they, you know, if someone from China or someone from Finland calls, you can even talk, let the AI talk in their local language where they feel more comfortable.
Correct.
And maybe even be more open to share potential issues, right?
That's crazy. So 2 use cases. One use case is, hey, there's not only for qualification or when we are receiving email leads, but also for going to events, confirming venue attendees, and making sure that our time is more efficient. This is why AI exists, making us more efficient, saving time, saving money, and us being smarter, focusing on priorities. And on the other side, what they call the agentic AI. That is for those small deals that no one wants to pick up, the AI will do the job for us. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a game changer, like in the SaaS industry, right?
Yeah,
and this can be maybe even replicated to all kind of different industries, right? Hotel industry, booking or rescheduling. Last time as well, I called a restaurant and I said, "Yeah, when do you want your table?" Like 11, no, 8 p.m. Okay, how many people? 3 people, 1 child, 2 adults. I'm like, is this an AI? Yeah, it was an AI.
Just give me your email. Yeah. Okay, the reservation is booked, and that's it. And no one wants to do that again.
Exactly. How? And I think it's not bad, right? Yeah. Because who likes to do this job? Yeah. Like, you know. But getting back to the point, and I think we talk quite a lot about AI, right?
Yeah.
But Alan, how can we cut through this noise I mentioned at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Because AI, it's a beautiful invention, but it's as well a pain.
Yeah.
Because it makes a lot of noise. A lot of people are using it wrong as sellers.
Yeah.
They're using it like as mass emails, which I'm tired, to be honest, to see those emails. How can you cut a seller through through this noise nowadays?
There is one strategy that I apply as a golden rule, that it's one pain, one solution, one offer at a time. It's like the 3-step framework that I use, or the 3X framework.
Can you elaborate each of the steps?
Absolutely. So the framework or the strategy is, in order to break or cut through the noise and to break the patterns, it's one pain, one solution, one offer, or one offer, one solution, as you prefer, at a time. meaning that whenever you're reaching out to Kevin, to Alan, to whatever the prospect that you're reaching out, you need to focus your full sequence into all of this.
Okay.
One pain, one solution, and one offer.
Okay, let's make it actionable for the audience. I have a SaaS solution.
Correct.
I'm the head of sales of our SaaS solution.
Perfect.
And you want to convince me why I should need your service.
Perfect. Awesome. So what I'm doing first, imagine that I am another SaaS solution, not as a consultant, because it's easy to relate. So the first thing that I do is, okay, you are selling automations, for example. Now that we are talking about automation. You are selling an automation tool that automates process for customer success. Okay, great. So what I would say is, hey, I know that your service, I understand that your service do three things. Automate the repetitive task from customer success, respond to tickets from your angry clients, and eliminate bugs from, the Jira tasks or whatever you have. Okay. So if I know that my solution can address all the three things that you are selling, meaning that either you are not reaching to the right customers, your outbound is not good enough, your pipeline is dry, and the solution is not getting a market fit, etc. So instead of talking about all of them at the same time,
just pick one.
Pick one. Okay. And that pick one will be related to, if we want to implement AI, the first thing that I do, and this is the step-by-step process, I jump into Perplexity or ChatGPT for research better Perplexity. In my case, could be Gemini, could be Claude. And I say, hey, first I need to understand why this persona, this title, this buyer persona, is frustrated and going through these challenges. Challenge 1, challenge 2, challenge 3. Then pick the most important one based on your understanding of the market. And once I pick that, I connect that with my solution and my offer.
Got it. And this is more like from a framework perspective, right? Let's say we have like an SDR listening now, something he can implement tomorrow in his outreach way. Right?
Great question. So if you're an SDR, what I would suggest is open ChatGPT, put the title of your dream prospect, of your ICP, the one that is making the final decision. Ask for the three main and biggest challenges of that role in that specific industry, in that potential company right now in 2026, and the symptoms of those challenges. Meaning, if we don't solve those challenges, what is the cause, the consequence?
Got it.
Right? The challenge is the cause, the consequence is the symptom, what they feel and what will happen if this is not solved.
And how this SDR should reach out now?
Once you have the symptom, pick one.
Okay.
Once you pick one, you ask the ChatGPT, and you can for sure develop more about it. You can say, okay, with this one, I will create a multi-touch strategy. LinkedIn, if you are in the US, SMS, for example, or WhatsApp in Latin America or Europe, or email and phone call, right? And each touch point will talk only about that symptom that is related to that pain, that is related to an offer that it's yours, to one solution, right? For sure, we can define templates here, but I don't want to jump into that right now. But it's basically, okay, every touch point will be unified, but every message will be adding value to the previous touch point.
Got it.
Right? So the first could be
so
one
you build
offer.
like a kind of...
It's like a ladder.
Yeah.
Once you stop the first sequence, imagine that you stop the sequence, you say, hey, this prospect didn't reply. You wait for 2-3 weeks, depending on the sales cycle that you have. You pick the second problem, second challenge.
And how many touch points do you see as most effective? Because
between
I remember
4 and 6. That's a straightforward question. Answer, basically.
Got it. Okay, good.
It depends on if you're selling enterprise. It's more about the multi-threading. If you're selling SMB, it's about who is the right person with the right data. Straightforward. What we are seeing, the data is showing between 3 to 5 is the sweet spot. But there are 2 stats that are important to understand. Most deals, opportunities / replies happens after the 6th touch.
Okay. Yeah, because I heard some like there were like some stats, I think was from Salesloft, which
it could be
a couple of years ago, and they were like 36 touches. I was like,
no, that's crazy.
If I the 36 touches in Germany, you know what I get?
You get a lawyer.
They send a lawyer letter to me. You know?
Exactly. No, I mean, that depends how you understand and how we define the 36 touches.
Yeah.
If the 36 touches means that there are, I don't know, 6 campaigns of 5 emails or 6 emails each, well, maybe, but this is not the case.
Yeah.
So it's like, remember, if 80+% of the deals, opportunities, and replies happens after the 5th touch, but there is another counterpart to it, that it's most sellers, they quit after the 4th touch.
Yep.
So this is a huge advantage and disadvantage.
As well, I have to say I'm guilty.
We've been all there, man.
Yeah.
Like, we call them, we send an email, we send another email, we call again, and we say, hey, you know what? I'm bothering them.
Yeah.
Until you have that no, you need to reach out.
Yeah.
But remember, cut through the noise.
Yeah.
It's not about, hey, I'm just pinging you, just reply to me. It's like adding
deliver value with every outreach you do, right? I think that's something really important. Many SDRs out there or salespeople in general miss, right? If you are able to add value, send like a case study related to their potential pain point, cutting through the noise with different outreach strategy, send a LinkedIn voice message, right? Those kind of things. You said SMS in the US, WhatsApp.
The bar is so low, man.
So
but we're still all doing the same.
Yeah. Like for me, for example, a really simple trick, right? Which a lot of people underestimate. If you use out there to all like the salespeople who use Teams, it's really effective. We actually moved from Teams to Slack, so I cannot use it anymore. But
what's the trick?
Yeah, so it's if you know, for example, you have a prospect, you talk to them once or twice, you had a Teams meeting with them, maybe just put in the email address into Teams. And you see if they are online or not. If they are online, it seems
crazy.
Or
they're active.
Yeah, if they're active, let's say you have the green circle. That means they are available now. They are working. They are not in a meeting because redwood means meeting, and you can see that even though they are outside of your organization. And then give them a call.
Man, that's GDPR HIPAA compliance, I would say.